introduce you all.
Sorry for the communication error. So, good afternoon to all esteemed speakers and veteran authors and academics. Welcome to the fourth International Conference of Computation, Automation, and Knowledge Management. So, first, let us introduce our team. My name is Anshuman Jason, along with my team member Utsav Vadua. Sorry, Utsav Bindua, and we are the coordinators for the research track number 7. So, dear authors, before we begin, allow me to share the objectives of the conference. The objective of the conference is to address the most essential issues of the engineering, technology, and computation, automation, and knowledge management. It also serves to foster communication among the researchers and practitioners working in a wide variety of scientific areas with common interests in improvement of engineering, technology, and knowledge management related to tools and techniques. It aims to bring in academics and practitioners to jointly discuss and deliberate uh, through this plenary talk and paper research and deliberate through the plenary talk and paper research and deliberate through the plenary talk and paper research and deliberate through the plenary talk and paper
Hello,
research
Anshuman,
and
you are
deliberate
muted.
through the plenary talk and paper research and deliberate through the plenary talk. Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes, you are audible.
Dear author, before we begin, allow me to share the objectives of the conference. The objective of the conference is to address the most essential issues of engineering, technology, computation, automation, and knowledge management. It also serves to foster communication amongst researchers and practitioners working in a wide variety of scientific areas with common interest in improvement of engineering, technology, and knowledge management related tools and techniques. It aims to bring in academics and practitioners to jointly discuss and deliberate through the plenary talks and paper presentation on the theme Engineering, Information Technology, Operation, and Knowledge Management. The conference will provide a common place to foster relations between the university and the industry. The vision of this conference is to bring together technology experts in one venue, not only to present breakthrough research in computation and automation applications, but also to promote practicality and application in the disciplinary exchange of ideas.
So, as our first session chair, Dr. Misbah Anjum is not here, so I would like to introduce to you all our second session chair, Dr. Anamika Singh. Dr. Anamika Singh is a PhD in management from Birla Institute of Technology, Mesra. Prior to PhD, her academic qualification include Master of Business Administration (MBA) from Indian Institute of Information Technology and Management, Gwalior, and Bachelor of Technology in Information Technology from JSS Academy of Technical Education, Noida. She comes with a rich industry experience of more than 10 years. She has an academic experience and her areas of expertise include various domains of information technology and management. She is currently serving Amity University, Noida as assistant professor in AIPS. She has presented various research papers in both national and international conferences, CI journals. So welcome, ma'am. So before the presentation, I would like to give you the brief guidelines. Dear authors, we respect your presentation. However, we have to strictly follow the timeline of 10 minutes, out of which 7 minutes is your presentation and 3 minutes for questioning, in which you will mainly include the objectives of the study, research methodology, data analysis, and conclusion. And the best author will be declared in valedictory session. So here we are starting the session.
Now I would Now I would like to call the first presenter with paper ID 218 and the paper title Traffic Congestion Prediction Using Machine Learning and Deep Learning Techniques. Is paper ID 218 present right now in the meeting? Paper ID 218. Okay, so we'll move on. So now I would like to call the next presenter with paper ID 219 with paper title Non-Trackable VPN Browser.
Yes, I'm audible.
Yeah, you are audible, sir. You may begin.
I'll share screen.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
Yes.
Okay. So good afternoon, all the session chairs. So the topic of my research paper is non-trackable VPN browsers. So basically, a VPN is called virtual private network. So for efficient and security purpose, we use a VPN, which will connect the interconnect network connection to the secure browser, secure interconnect connection over the internet. So the this PPT content including introduction, project scope, system overview, architecture, experiment result, and conclusion, following with the references. After that, what is the this project is mainly about the it is a non-trackable VPN browser. So in this paper, we are making a non-trackable VPN browser. So we are integrating a browser with the VPN. So it will be more secure for the people to use internet and surfing over the internet without any interference of other people or ads or some other anomalies. So it is basically we are developing this because of user privacy and security over the internet. So unlike other standard browsers, they are not using the directly VPN integrated with their browsers. So for that, firstly, if we want to integrate a browser or we have to securely surf to the internet, we have to start the browser VPN separately, and then we have to go to the browser. So in this our project, what we are developing new is that we are directly integrating a VPN to the direct browser. So it will minimize the user experience and maximize the their efficiency over that. So this project scope contains VPN integration, privacy features. Of course, by using VPN, we are giving them a privacy and increasing their data security. Then, of course, as we are using a web browser, so UI will be there, access control, performance optimization as well there. And whatever our project is that we are testing it with the quality assurance. So the objectives behind this project is that we are developing a non-trackable VPN browsers. So basically, when we use a traditional VPN browsers, they may get tracked. So on this internet, there is nothing like we build 100% secure thing. So it is not 100% secure, but we can achieve the security up to beyond the traditional browsers by integrating the VPN to them. Then enhance online privacy. So as we are connecting a VPN to the browser, so it will automatically enhances our online privacy by it will filtering filtering the unauthorized or any other access to our internet and system. So it will improve the security. Also, as we are using the web browser, so it will support a multiple language. So and it will use on cross platform as well. Then the regular security audits are there. Then global accessibility. Then the experiment results. So what we have made. So this is just we are using on the our project. So this is the landing page where we have connected the VPN directly. So by using it will remove all the ads, YouTube ads and all the things, and the caches will be not generated each time. Then these are the results of that. Then system overview. So in this system, mainly we are focusing on integrating VPN services and enhancing the security of that online services. So the outcomes of that, we are using the VPN for increasing the data security. Then online tracking or trafficking will be reduced. Then ad-free experience will be there. Then global accessibility also there by using VPN. So how this will be work? So when we are integrating VPN directly with the browser, so it will generate the tunnel with the VPN server, and whatever the whatever will be searched, that first will be carried out to the server, and then it will be filtered out from the server, and whatever the content will be generated, it will be fully secured and it will be fetched to the user dashboard. So in this way, it will work. So when we open the browser, it will automatically start the VPN. So it will connect VPN to the VPN server. And whatever the searching result will be there, it will firstly go to the VPN tunnel, which will be connected to the VPN server. Then it will VPN server will search the information over the internet, and it will be filtering out throughout the tunnel, and it will be in an encrypted format. So the benefits and application is that it will enhance security and it will restrict the unauthorized access. So it will protection from public Wi-Fi. Then internet service providers have a privacy from that. Then data harvesting, data leaking is reduced from this. Then it will be using in multiple for sectors like e-commerce, online banking. Then we can use browsing history. Then remote work is also there. So for a conclusion, it is a non-trackable VPN browser. So we are just providing here a security by providing a browser integrated with the VPN. So it will increase the user security. That's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was an amazing presentation. I would request the session chair to ask questions, if any.
Okay, the paper title is very interesting and it's a good initiative, I would say. But I just want to know, what have you used to create that non-trackable VPN browser? Have you used machine learning algorithm or what?
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so basically, whatever the VPN providers are there in market, like NordVPN and VPN, all others. So what they are providing right now is that they are providing just VPN services. They are not integrated with the web browsers. So if we have to use anything which is non-trackable, so for that we have to start VPN separately, and then we have to surf over the internet. But right now, what
How
we are
you're going
doing?
to do that?
What, ma'am?
How you're going to do that then?
So what we are going to do, we are integrating directly it with the browser. So wherever the browser code is there, inside that we are inserted the VPN. So whenever we start the browser, it will automatically start and connect the VPN to the VPN server.
So if like I am accessing something on the browser, you're going to provide that key to me for that non-trackable VPN?
Yes, ma'am. Means whenever you start your browser, you will open the browser, the VPN automatically get connected to the VPN tunnel, and then the surfing has been started. So it will be automatically at the back end, it will be connected to the VPN, and the browsing is
No,
fully
I
secure.
understand that, but I'm not able to get it. Like if I have to use that browser, which should be non-trackable, so how can I do it? I mean, how you are going to help me with it? How can I use your non-trackable VPN browser? Will that be a separate browser?
Yes, ma'am. We are not providing that. Means if we are taking as a Google Chrome and then we are integrating it, it is not like that.
Okay.
We have to
You
make
are
our
designing your
browser.
own separate browser.
Yeah, we have for that
Okay,
we
in
have
which
to.
there will be this categorically it will be there.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Okay.
So as like that, there is a one browser is there called as Top, and also Brave is there. So they are working on this only. So we are providing just like them.
Okay, so have you compared your browser with the one existing in the market?
Ma'am, we are not ready with our browser right now.
Okay,
We
you
are
are in
working on it.
process.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, I think it's a good initiative. All the best.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, now I'd like to call the next presenter with the paper ID 220. Paper ID 220 with paper title Exploring of ITO-based smart charging algorithm for electric vehicles considering multiprocessing.
Hello, Anshul.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Should I have to remain in the meeting for the
No.
session chair, or I can leave?
Do you have other papers also to
No,
present?
only I have one paper.
You had only one?
Yes.
Then I guess you can leave it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so I would like to repeat paper ID 220. Is paper ID 220 available in the meeting? Okay. So I would like to move on to the next presenter with the paper ID 224. Paper ID 224 with the topic analysis of log 4G vulnerability
Yes, sir.
and yeah, you can start.
Is it visible?
Yeah.
So your screen is visible and you're audible.
Sorry, sir.
Your screen is visible and you're audible.
Okay, so thank you. Good afternoon, all. So my title is Analysis on Log4j vulnerability and its severity. My paper ID is 224. So coming to the abstract, what is Log4j? Log4j is an open source logging framework maintained by Apache, a software foundation. It's a Java-based utility, making it popular server service used on Java-based systems. So these are the contents of my presentation: introduction, methodology, result and discussion, conclusion, and references. So the coming to the introduction, this research paper seeks to delve into Log4j vulnerability and dissecting its technical intricacies and understanding and its potential exploits and evaluating the severity and its consequences. By conducting a thorough analysis, we aim to provide insights that empower organizations, developers to fortify their systems against potentially threats and implement proactive security measures. Although this is a secure functionality, the Log4j flaw allows an attacker to input their own JNDI lookups, where then they direct server to their fake LDPI servers. From here, the attacker now has control of the remote system, can execute malware, exploit sensitive information like password and most. Also, in order to obtain security fixes, user of Apache Log4j are advised to update to the most recent version by the Apache Logging Security team, who has also published a list of security vulnerabilities patched in Apache Log4j 2 versions. Here are some benefits and applications of Log4j. They determine if Log4j is being used by the Java applications, verify the Log4j version being utilized, find out whether the current version Log4j has known security flaws, then update a more recent version of Log4j if one you are using the known vulnerabilities of modifier log of Log4j. Here are the some process of the Log4j. That we have the application and LDPS server. Simultaneously, we are sending the data to the JNDI API. And then after it classified into 4 parts like data, time, username, and profiles. Here are the main overview of LDPS server. And coming to the result and discussion, the result of the Log4j vulnerability analysis highlight the critical nature of the identify issues and provide actionable insights for organizations to fortify their systems. The severity assessment underscores the urgency of implementing recommended patches and adopting proactive securities measures to mitigate the risk posed by the widespread and impactful vulnerabilities. And also Log4j allows an attacker to input their JNDI lookups, and when they are direct server to their fake LDPI server, from the attacker now has control of the remote system and can execute malware. Also we can and the question is the how to detect Log4j vulnerability. The simple is the security teams can manually search for Log4j flaws. They can use development looks like Apache Maven to generate dependency trees and that map all dependencies in applications. Also they can use the external threads in application, or they can use the and they can also identify affected assist. And thank you, ma'am. And and the last in the conclusion, in this research we report on the instantaneous Log4j shell scanning through reaction network telescopes upon disclosure out, and the biggest spikes in harmful activities like occur around a week later were the most obvious. Also, in addition, perspectives are required in validate this is an worldwide trend. So, two common paths, pieces of merge from are in investigation where exploit have base 64 encoded instructions. Their parallels may point common resources or guides. Also, LDPA port, which helps to identify LDPA servers that are being used for attacks. Malicious scanners continue to research for a vulnerability and transfer fresh payloads during our observation period. Despite a notable fall in the overall scan rate, this paper methodology is restricted to scanning observations. Thank you all.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir, for that amazing presentation. So I would like to request to our session chair to ask the question, if any.
Yes, so what is the title of your presentation?
Ma'am, vulnerability of on log4j.
So it's a qualitative
We
paper,
are,
right?
yes, ma'am. It's a research paper. We are
You have
analyzing.
you added nothing to this actually, because log4j is already there in the market.
Yes, ma'am.
What is log4j first of all?
Ma'am, it's a server functionality that's maintained by Apache.
Okay, and what is LDAP that you have mentioned?
It's like a server that whenever the fake sorry, it's a LDPS server that whenever the fake malicious attacks are occurs, it can be used.
What is the full form of LDAP?
Actually, I don't know, ma'am.
You are using a technology and you're not
Yes,
aware
ma'am.
about it, right? So basically log4j is a Java-based logging utility
Yes, ma'am.
which
Yes,
we are
ma'am.
working on to
Yes, ma'am.
test its vulnerability and its severity,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And LDAP is your lightweight directory access protocol, which you are using there.
Yes, ma'am.
So my recommendation for this would be that first go through the terms that you're using in the presentation,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And also come up with something new to it, because it's already there in the market. And I think lot of work is already done on this log4j.
Yes, ma'am.
So just check on it once, and all the best.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We will work on it.
Okay, so thank you so much. And here Dr. Vinita Sharma ma'am has joined with us. So welcome, ma'am. And now we are moving to our next presenter.
Thank you. Now I would like to call the next presenter with paper ID 225. Paper ID 225. And the paper title is Utilizing Blockchain for Effective Urban Street Vendor Management. Sir, are you paper ID 225? Yes,
Is
sir.
it visible? Am I visible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible and your screen is visible.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Here, I am going to present. I am one of the co-author in this paper. This is about utilizing blockchain for effective urban street vendor management. Why we have chosen this topic? I would be briefing something about it. So, I am Prashant Dev Yadav along with my other authors. So, fortunately, I am presenting the paper without having any technical background, but still, yeah. So, street vendor, all of us know that what they do. So street vendor is generally referred as a person who provide access to various kind of goods and services. So you can think of the moment you're moving out from the house, you will start finding those kind of people, those who are selling different kind of products and offering different kind of services to us. And why it is important, why we should think about this, the reason behind it. If you look at one of the most important aspects, that how much they are contributing towards the economy. So they are contributing somewhere around 80 crore turnover in a day. So you multiply by in a year, so you will find this, that it is one of the biggest contributor if we look from the perspective of revenue, that how much they are contributing towards the economy, how much things are happening because of these things. Second thing, they represent almost 4% urban workforce. And if we look from employment perspective, that they support somewhere around 3 to 4 person, either as a partner or they can be engaged with them as a worker, or they can be engaged with them on commission basis, so on things. So this is the important reason why we are going with them, and that is the reason we are looking to integrate technology with this concept. Another reason is that we are moving towards the smart city. All of us are talking about these days, but the problem is this is creating somewhere a problem. We cannot achieve this efficiency, security, end-to-end visibility, automation without integrating, without looking at these guys. So they are some of the reason why we have gone with them. So if you look at that, what is actually existing at this point of time, so we are having a manual system after having survey interview with the people across Delhi NCR municipality corporations. So we found such things that vending zones are identified by the local authorities first, and then there is a long process to provide access, and a lot of debate is happening. So you might have seen some of the police action every day happening on these guys because they are not registered, or they are not been allowed to put their shops at a particular place. So this actually attracted us towards the problem, that can we find some technical solution for it. So we are suggesting integration of blockchain with it. So this is the framework that how it will work. So we are having these physical flow and blockchain technology, digital flow. So we will integrate them, and that will be the process that how things will happen. Then why we are trying to do is, so there is a reason behind it, that if we look at smart management of city, this is the one of the criteria we are trying to achieve it. Automation we are trying to bring in local administration, and it will be a win-win situation for all of us. Safety, efficiency, they are the two major criteria when we look at that. You might have seen some of the accident in the past, or some of even if I take an extreme example, that some of the terrorist activities may had also happened because of involvement, because we are not having any system, so anyone can come and anyone can put up a shop. We are not having any awareness that who is coming and who is selling what. Revenue tracking, transparency will increase in the process. And further, if we look at a lot of integration can be done, you know that how ministry and PMO office offering number of financial services to these guys, the vendors. So even it can be integrated. So this is the whole idea. We are proposing a framework. So there are some of the references we have used, and that's all. If someone needs something. Thank you everyone for patience listening. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. That was an amazing presentation. Now I would like to request the session chair to our
So the topic is good, I think. And the only concern is how to go about it, because I think awareness is the one thing that we have to firstly concentrate on. Because if you are introducing this technology to urban street vendors, then they must be aware about their pros and cons. Because so educating them, I think, should be first criteria to go about it.
Actually, we are not approaching them directly. We are approaching municipality corporations and officers, government offices. So they are the guys who will implement it.
So you have
Ultimately,
connected on.
yeah.
Okay. So you'll be connecting with the authorities first, and
authorities
then.
direct. Then.
Okay.
So ultimate idea is that everything, this thing can be automated, and this may provide number of benefits.
Yes, the initiative is good, sir. All the best, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 230. Paper ID 230 with paper title A Survey Analysis of Textile Content Based on Exploration Data Analysis and Technique and Opinion Analysis. Is paper ID 230 present in the meeting? Paper ID 230.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
yes, ma'am,
Yes,
you're
sir.
audible.
Yes. Yes, sir. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible
Yes,
and
you
you're
are
audible.
visible, you are
You may
audible, dear.
proceed.
Please go ahead.
Yes. So our paper ID is 230, and our topic is a survey and analysis of textual context based on exploratory data analysis technique, and opinion analysis. So here, as we are seeing that on internet, many sites for the people to share. There are many sites that are available for the people to share their thoughts on various topics and changing habits and attitudes. The social network has gained popularity, but with it comes the high volume of comments containing inappropriate content. It pretends to communication behavior. Words can harm a national security. Opinion research checks public sentiment towards the politics or upcoming film. So, machine learning to analyze a language and reveal human emotions and thoughts by categorizing opinions, sentiments, and states of mind in text. Opinion analysis has been researched since the early 21st century. So these are the few literature reviews that we have used for developing this project. So to develop this, we have used two ways. First is the lexicon-based approach. So in lexicon-based approach, we are first collecting the data for the analysis purpose. So the data here is the textual data, and using a predefined set of words or phrases which are known as lexicons, the dictionary to identify and designate the text based on its content. This approach is used for various purposes, including sentiment analysis, topic modeling, identifying specific feature or characteristics of the text. And second is the machine learning. So machine learning approach for the content detection and analysis of further textual data involves using algorithms to automatically learn pattern and rules from the training of the label data and then applying those patterns to a new unlabeled data. Approaches can be used for various processes, including sentiment analysis, modeling, and identifying specific features for the feature of text. So this is the process work. So first we'll be collecting the data for the analysis purpose. The data will be from the different resources, from the different online platforms, which will be containing the text that can be used for the analysis purpose. Also, the input data from the paper forms or the collecting data from the online submissions can be used. And here then the data will be converted into the Excel sheet format for which can be used for the further analysis purpose. Then comes the exploratory data analysis, that is EDA. To perform the EDA on the combined data in the Excel sheets, like as the data will be containing from the different platforms, this involves the examining of the data, identifying patterns, and gaining the insights through visualization and summary statistics. So based on that data, the analysis can be done, or it can be said that whether the comments on that particular on the particular text, whether it is neutral, or what are the reviews, what are the thinking about that particular product that anything is posted. Now we can take a
Savi,
very
please
good example.
show the exact work you have done. You have shown the
Yes.
research methodology. You come to,
Yes.
yeah, switch to
So-
data analysis.
Yes, ma'am. So this is the proposed work here. So here we
I'm
can
more
see
interested
that
to listen about this. You can speak about it. What is the analysis? What is the
ma'am.
finding?
So here, as we here, ma'am, like how much the political advertisement and campaigns influencing your voting decision, like whatever the campaigns have been held by the political leaders. So based on that, what are the output, like what is the predicted that whether they'll be winning the elections or not, so true or false, and so that is done based on the input that are given by the people who are living in that particular radius, or for whom that investment is done. So here we can see that true, that is 134 people have said that okay, they are okay with the decisions that they've done and they're okay to vote, and 85 people have said that they're not okay. Like based on their inputs they have given, we have analyzed that 85% people are not ready to vote to that particular party, and 100% people, like 100 people are there, those who are having some
So the
mixed
answer
thought
is true.
of
True, false. May I ask you what kind of question you asked to the people for which they are answering true or false?
Yeah, this is for the religious conversion, religion conversion. This one, and the previous one. This is for the political advertisement campaigns. This is for the voting one. For the voting, 89% people have said yes, 77% people have said no, and 53 said that maybe it can occur or maybe not. And this analysis is done for the there should be limits on religious conversion.
It is not
So the
readable
134 people
properly.
have said yes. Is the screen not visible, ma'am?
Okay. It is visible, but the font you have used in your graph, it is not visible, at least to me. But you can go ahead. Maybe it is visible
ma'am,
to
now?
others. It is not that much clear. Yeah, now it
I've
is.
zoomed it, ma'am.
Now it is.
Yeah.
No,
So
that I
it
have
is
seen
this
true
way.
and false, but the question which you have written in blue font, it was not visible to me. That's why. Should there be limits on religious conversion? Now it is readable.
Yes, yes.
That's why I asked what kind of question you asked to the mass.
Yes, ma'am. So this was the previous, and this is the one question that we have asked. This: how much do political advertisement and campaigns influence your voting decision? This
Okay.
one.
Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am.
And these questions you asked in questionnaire or through which means you collected these kinds of
Yeah,
responses?
ma'am. Through the Google form, like we have generated one Google form and then we have collected the input data.
From 134 people.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So again, this is the third question that we have asked. So this is: how much do you rate election commission work? Here.
Okay.
Is it
Yeah.
visible, ma'am?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, this analysis was done. So there are again various questions that we have asked, and this is that campaign question. And here we can see that a graph is created out of which we can find that most of the time, like the campaigns can be done not, and that it is visualized in the bar graph. Then
This
this was the
analysis is
second question for
done
the religious.
through which software you did this analysis, data analysis?
Ma'am, we have used the
Real
machine learning technique.
machine learning, which language?
Python, ma'am.
So did you, it means you have done some coding also. Can you show that part also? It is there in your
Ma'am,
presentation?
no, ma'am, that is not there actually in my presentation.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Machine learning technique, and we have used the lexicon based approach.
Okay, which machine learning technique did you use?
Ma'am, we have used the sentimental analysis technique.
In sentimental analysis, okay. In Python,
Yeah.
which kind of
Patterns to
library do
analyze
you
the
use?
patterns. Yes, ma'am. We have used the we have used the sentimental analysis to analyze the unlabeled data set patterns, to analyze the patterns.
To analyze the patterns in Python, which library did you prefer to use for sentiment analysis? That's what I'm asking, Beta.
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
you?
For sentimental.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah. I hope I'm audible.
Hello.
No. Yes, you are audible.
Okay, Savi, let's come to the conclusion, your findings.
Anthony's binder first. You just have 2 minutes left.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Hello. Yes, ma'am. Can you repeat, ma'am? Sir,
You can
hello.
directly come to the conclusion and findings.
Yes. So this is the conclusion. So the survey used various social networking platforms and exploratory data analysis, content detection, and opinion analysis. The data distribution and the plots were created, and the content analysis is crucial. Like for the natural language processing, we have used the for SPACY library and NLTK for actually building the code, as that involves the natural language processing applications like marketing and social media monitoring, the effective analysis of encoding, machine learning, and lexicon approach domain expertise and graphs. Actually, ma'am, you were asking me about the libraries, and also due to I get it was stuck there. So.
That's fine, Savi, but what kind of findings are there in this conclusion? It is not mentioned. I am not able to understand that. Can you please explain what did you find? What kind of objective you were able to? Yeah, I hope my question is
Yes,
clear.
ma'am.
Yeah.
ma'am. So based on the input, we can understand that what are the reaction of the people, like whether they are thinking in a positive way. Just we saw about the campaign thing. So whether they are taking it in a positive way, or what is the future approach? Will they really entertain the campaign that will happen in the next time, or they're not interested in such kind of campaigns, or they are having some neutral opinion on it, they're okay with it or not okay with it. So this is what we are analyzing, that what is the mentality of the people and how they would be reacting on it based on the input they've given, and based on that we can take some decisions that will be helpful for doing something in the future also.
So where is it written, Savi, in conclusion? Whatever you have spoken, please include it in your conclusion. This is my humble advice to you. Because for publication, this paper
Sure,
will
ma'am,
be
definitely.
published. So before publishing, please
Mhm.
give these types of inputs in your paper. Conclusion should be
Sure, ma'am, definitely.
revised, right?
Definitely, ma'am.
And
Definitely, ma'am.
try to include those specific Python. If you have used Python in this for machine learning, then mention those specific libraries of Python which you have used for this kind of research study, right?
Definitely.
That's all from my side. Dr. Anand.
Yes, ma'am.
We can go ahead with other presentation, I guess.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So I would like to call our next presenter.
Okay, now I would like to call the next presenter with paper ID 234. Paper ID 234, on the paper title, Vertical Features in the Aerodynamics of Larynx and Mouth Cavity in the Sustained Vocal Production. And paper ID 234 available in the meeting right now. Paper ID 234. Okay. So I would like to move on to the next presenter with paper ID 290. 290. Paper ID 290 with paper title, The Role of Social Media and Data Analysis in Healthcare Sector. Is paper ID 290 available in the meeting? Paper ID 290. Okay, so I'll move on to paper ID 238. Is paper ID 238 available in the meeting? Okay. Is there anybody available in the meeting who would like to present right now?
Yeah, I would like to present, sir. My
Yeah.
paper ID is 242.
240. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Paper
You
ID
may proceed.
240. With paper title, Click to Start Digital Marketing Influence on Purchase Intention. Okay, you may start.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is visible and you're audible.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Astha Anand. I am a research scholar from Amity University, Noida. The title of my paper is Clicks to Carts, Digital Marketing Influence on Purchase Intention. This is the introduction. In today's fast-paced business environment, understanding customers is essential for success. Acquiring and retaining customers is a top priority, and it centers on deep understanding of customer preferences and their intentions. Effective marketing relies on this understanding, forming the foundation for successful strategies. In the digital age, where information flows rapidly and consumer behavior are always evolving, the importance of market-driven strategies is more evident than ever. Google, as a primary search engine, serves as a practical example for the need for dynamic and adaptable approaches in an internet-driven world. This highlights the importance for businesses to not only establish an online presence, but also strategically align with the preferences and behavior of the target audience through digital marketing and understanding consumer purchase intention. This paper aims to shed light on the investigation of different strategies that has been used under digital marketing and their impact on consumer purchase intention. In the following sections, we will look into each of these strategies, examining their roles and interrelationship with consumer purchase intention. This is the literature review. In the fast-moving consumer good industry, digital marketing stands as a transformative force shaping consumer purchase intention. Search engine optimization ensures that FMCG items are not just visible but prominent in online searches.
Astha, you may quickly go to research methodology.
Yes, ma'am.
It's okay with your literature.
And this is the
yeah.
objective.
This model you can explain and then hypothesis.
This is the model of my research: search engine optimization, content marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, and affiliate marketing are the independent variables, while consumer purchase intention is the dependent variable. These are the hypotheses, and this is the methodology. My study has used a quantitative approach to examine its research objectives. The data uses primary data, and it was distributed through questionnaire. A 5-point Likert scale was utilized, from strongly disagree to strongly agree. The study centered on the consumer residing in the Delhi NCR region. The questionnaire was sent out to 260 individuals, out of which 177 filled the form. And the internal reliability and assessment was calculated through AVE and other factors. Cronbach alpha and composite reliability was also calculated, and the analysis was done using the AMOSEM software. These are the results: descriptive statistics. These are the factor loadings. My factor loadings range from 0.708 to 0.894. All the factor loading were above the threshold limit of 0.7, thus indicating that the factors or the items of the factors are correctly measuring the construct. These are the assessment for internal validity and reliability. As we can see, composite reliability is above the threshold limit, and also the Cronbach alpha. These are the results of discriminant and conversion validity. AVE is above the threshold limit of 0.5, and as we can see, MSV, AVE is greater than MSV, thus proving discriminant validity. And these are the hypotheses. All the hypotheses of the study were accepted. And moving on to the conclusion. The research has yielded several critical findings that SEO, affiliate marketing, content marketing, email marketing has positively influenced consumer purchase intention. And these are the directions for future research, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. That was an amazing
Thank you, ma'am.
presentation. I would request the session chairs to ask the question, if any.
Well, Astha ma'am, the presentation was good, but I would just like to highlight that in literature review, you have mentioned the papers for 2013. We are in 2023, and you are just lagging a decade back in mentioning the references. So I would just recommend that mention the latest papers in your research also. So that would be, one recommendation from my side. Otherwise, the presentation is fine.
Thank you so much.
All the
ma'am.
best.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to call our next presenter.
Okay, I would like to call the next presenter with paper ID 290. Paper ID 290. Okay. So I would like to call the next presenter with paper ID 238. Paper ID 238. Is he available in the meeting?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir, I'm having two more presentations. So if you permit me, can I do that?
Yeah. What's the paper ID?
One is 218 and one is 220.
220. I earlier called your name. Yeah, you can present.
Okay, fine. Yes, is the screen visible, sir? Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. The screen is visible.
Okay. Yes, so the ID is 218, and here the topic is traffic congestions prediction using machine learning and deep learning techniques. So the primary objective is to develop an advanced deep learning framework for forecasting traffic parameters such as flow, speed on the heavy traveled highway. So the secondary objective is overcome challenges associated with the time and space interdependent of the traffic flow through the machine learning and deep learning techniques. It incorporates incoming and historical data streams into the forecasting system, integrate outlier detection and anomaly compensation approaches to enhance the accuracy of predictions, implement various deep learning techniques including CNN, that is convolutional neural network, recurrent neural network RNN, and hybrid spatio-temporal model. So that is CNN LSTM, and extract spatial and temporal characteristic from the substantial dataset comprising of 36.34 million dataset, and conduct a comparative analysis to determine the optimal time horizon of historical data that is required for the traffic flow at different future time periods, and demonstrate the consistent outperformance of the developed deep learning models over the traditional methods, and providing insights into the capabilities of the models, including real-time traffic forecasting, future traffic prediction, and short-term traffic prediction. So the problem statement, that is addressing the urban traffic congestion for the effective incident response. So approach that we are using, that is again machine learning and advanced deep learning techniques that we are using, and overcoming the challenges posed by the time and space independence in traffic flow. Then research contribution, that is introduction of an innovative deep learning framework and integration of outlier detection and anomaly compensation methods. Then for the deep learning architecture, we are using RNN, CNN, and analysis based on 36.34 million data points. Again, the performance highlights that we are doing is consistent outperformance compared to the traditional methods, determination of optimal historical data, time horizon for the future traffic predictions, and the key results that be real-time traffic forecasting and future and short-term traffic prediction capabilities. So the challenges that we'll be facing, that is traffic congestion, is a major challenge in developing countries. Like in the country India, we are seeing that there is a huge traffic in all the metropolitan cities. So that will be a really big challenge for us. And
Let's
the
move
technological
further,
solution
Savi.
that
Let's move
yeah.
further. Let's go to the next slide.
Yes. So this is the related work on the vehicle analysis.
Let's move
And
further.
here
Where is the analysis?
the proposed model, actually we have not developed this, but we are going to work on this. We have not started with this work yet. So this is the case study that we have used, and this is the conclusion. And we'll be using the deep learning techniques such as RNN and CNN for the forecasting purpose.
Which case study have you used, and what kind of machine learning and deep learning methodologies you have used or technique you have used?
Yes, so we have first done the case study, that we have studied the case study of Sydney motorway dataset. So there again they have used the machine learning techniques and the deep learning
Which
techniques,
machine
and
learning
then the
technique, Savi?
ma'am, artificial neural network techniques they have used, RNN and CNN, ma'am. And then it is then that is the parking occur in the afternoon, that is for the in the weekdays. Then again the third case study that we have used, that is for the weather condition, traffic flow at the junction. Then prediction suggest future increase in the traffic flow, like the prediction
Just a minute,
we
Savi.
have done.
Just a minute. Why my queries are there? You are not displaying any kind of data analysis, any kind of coding, any kind of graphs or pictures with the help of which we can do some kind of findings. We can come to the conclusion, or we can find out some result. So can you help us in that?
Actually,
your
ma'am,
mic very- Yeah.
yes, ma'am, I got to know. Actually, ma'am, we'll be working on this topic in future. Like, we have just collected the data set and we have started to work on this, but the project is not totally implemented.
It
So,
means findings are not
right.
complete. Then how can you say that this research study is complete?
Ma'am, we have started to work on this, but the project implementation, the total implementation is not started yet. So we will do it within the short period of time.
What to say then? If you see research paper means you should have some objective, you should be clear with the methodology you are applying, then what kind of analysis
ma'am.
you are doing, what kind of results you are finding, and what kind of conclusion
ma'am.
you are giving to the society so that society can use that kind of uh, work you have done for the society. Research work is always done for society's
The
welfare,
society.
right?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So
Definitely.
if I'm not finding any kind of result, what can I say then? Because no research study will be there. You will find no study which is known as research study which has no finding or no result. So
Yes, ma'am.
I don't call it research study. Dr. Namika,
Yes, ma'am.
you may say something if I'm wrong.
Savi, are you presenting the papers for the first time, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it takes a great courage to present a technical paper in a technical conference, but you have to take note of the remarks that ma'am has already made. So because see,
Yes,
the secondary data obviously adds to your research paper. But yes, as
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have already mentioned that it's on way, you're working on it, right? You're collecting the data.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
also the terms that you're putting up in the PPTs should be crystal clear
Yes.
to you. And there should be some, benefit involved in the title that you're using, you're working on, so that it can give something to
Yes.
the society, as ma'am has already mentioned. So,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
also, can I just, can you just scroll back in your presentation, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Like the model, where you've mentioned the conceptual model or something.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Here,
yes, move ahead,
here
move
we
ahead.
have used.
Next slide, please. Yeah, proposed model, right? So here you
Yeah.
have mentioned the proposed model. I would suggest that if you can give a graphical representation of the model, then it would come out really good in the presentation. And
Okay.
it will be easy to understand for a person who is even not
Yes, ma'am.
aware of the technology, right? So
Yes,
these are
ma'am.
few
Yes, ma'am.
points
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
can take care of. And also, when
Yes,
you go through your research methodologies, they should be categorically clear that what methodology you're using, what kind of data it is, from whom you're collecting the data, and on what basis you are concluding your conclusion in the research paper, right? So
Yes,
these
ma'am.
are the
Yes, ma'am.
points. And please don't take it as a criticism, but just take it as a learning,
No, no,
because
no.
this is the first time for you, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
we are
Yes, ma'am.
expecting
Yes,
a
ma'am.
better paper and presentation from you in next
Yes,
conferences.
ma'am.
All the best, my dear.
Yes, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
sir.
Thank you so much. I've noted down all the insights that you have given, and I'll definitely implement that.
Okay, thank you so
Yes,
much, ma'am, for an amazing
Uh,
presentation. So good. Are you
so one more was there, if you permit me.
paper ID, please?
Yeah, paper ID 220.
What's your paper ID for the next presentation?
220.
So
Yes, please go
220.
ahead, Savi.
Okay, you may proceed.
You may I explain this, ma'am?
Yes, Savi, please.
Yes,
And
yes, ma'am.
also, just to
So
sorry to interrupt you, Savi. Just
yeah,
don't read the content from the slides. It would be better if you can
yeah,
just conclude in 3, 4 your own lines. That would be more clear to us. Okay. As far as reading is
fine.
concerned, even we can go through the presentation slides like that, but we would suggest that you can just sum up in 4, 3 lines. Right?
Fine,
Please
fine,
go
fine.
ahead.
Yes, yes. So here we are basically, we have collected the COVID data, and based on that, we are doing an analysis on like what will be the financial, like what will be the effects of the financial crisis that are faced because of this COVID. So this is the introduction basically. Here we will be studying about the financial situations, what will be faced in the future, and like what a person will have to do to overcome that. What are the global financial crisis that the person will be facing? Again, the stock market can be included into this. Then the personal health can be included into this. So this is a basic analysis. Here here, this is the literature survey that we have used. Yeah, and so here, so this is the graph analysis. So in with the help of bar graphs, we are supposed to represent the data with the intercategorical data that will be containing of the different type of surveys questions. And here, then this is the pie chart so that the people satisfaction about the government facilities. Like during the COVID, were they satisfied by the facilities that were provided by the government, the healthcare facilities, then the transportation facilities for the student who studied abroad or any other city and who wanted to travel back to their own place. So that can be that analysis is done in the pie chart. And here, so this is the correlation plot for the impact of COVID-19. So what was the basically impact of the COVID-19 on the people? And here we can see that the questions are there. So household bills and all. Then again, what were the like pandemic issues that they have faced, and education, like what harm it had on the education. Again, then the money that there were many workers, right? So what about their salary and all? So what impact that they had? So that analysis is done here using the heat maps. And here in exploratory data analysis, we have basically analyzed the COVID data. Here we have used Python libraries, and we have first purified the data. We can say that cleared the data, and then we have used for the analysis purpose. And as we saw that we have used different type of charts. And here in deep learning, again, we have used CNN, RNN, convolutional neural network and recurrent neural network for analyzing the patterns, for understanding the patterns, for text processing, like for the processing of the data, and then visualizing it. And this is the conclusion. So in conclusion, the COVID-19, as we know that we all had a huge impact of COVID-19. So the economic activity leading to the job losses, consumer spending impact on the stock market, and the social activities effects on the global and supply chain distribution. So in short, based here, like here we have collected the COVID-19 data set and what impact it had on the people regarding the stock market, regarding the education, regarding the jobs and all. So that is being analyzed in this project.
Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, ma'am, for that presentation. I would request the session chairs to ask the question if any.
Thank you, Sabi, for these three presentations. Now, I have full faith in you that you will improve whatever suggestions you are taking from this conference.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to call our next presenter.
So I would like to call the next presenter with paper ID 234. Paper ID 234. Is the presenter available right now? Okay. Paper ID 290. Is there any presenter who would like to present right now? repeat, is there any presenter who would like to present right now?
Sir, paper ID 223, I am available.
Yeah, you may present. 223. Paper ID 223.
May I share the screen, sir?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Sir, it is visual to you, sir?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gurpreet Singh Panesar. I am assistant professor in Chandigarh University. So in this paper, I am going to represent the virtual machine allocation in cloud computing using reinforcement learning with the paper ID 223. This is the content path: abstract introduction, existing system, literature survey, proposed architecture, result and discussion, and future enhancement and references. So in the abstract parts, where we are discuss about the what we are going to implement and what the outcomes we are finding about the virtual machine migration using the DDPG. Basically, I am going to giving some introduction about our project. So our project is like the deep deterministic policy gradient. This is the parts of reinforcement learning, which is used to analyze the system and analyze the any task according to the feedbacks and if the process like is going well, then we are providing some awards. If the process is not working, so we reducing some awards. So on this parameters, we have done this research. So existing system is like we have the multiple things in the virtual migration, like load balancing, high availability, energy efficiency, and when the migration of any virtual machine is overloaded, so the system is like to reduce their loads and distribute their load into different tasks. So next is the literature review. Here we have added some three methodologies like FHCS, that is fruit hybridized cuckoo search. See, this is the hybridized algorithm of fruit algorithm and cuckoo search algorithm. It suppose the listening the active physical machines. In the several cases, it provide the results and error. This is the some challenges, and another algorithm EMBF, their outcomes like the efficiency reduce the corrections of powers. It cannot easily predict. It can be suitable to host the virtual migrations. Next slide. This is the proposed architecture. In the proposed architecture, we are proposing our algorithm like.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Gurpreet. What is the objective of the study? Can you please tell me again?
It's not I mentioning the PPT, but I can tell you the main objective of our study is is like we are developing a algorithm which is the hybridized algorithm of rat swarm optimization and war strategy of optimization that will provide the virtual machine more easy to transfer their task from one to another. So that will reduce the cost, that will reduce the time, that will reduce uh, many more things, and that time
And
should
which
be
is the base algorithm based on which you are trying to generate a new model or new algorithm?
There are two algorithms, ma'am. That is rat swarm optimization. That is based on rat. This is the rat swarm optimization and war strategy optimization. We are creating the hybridize on both of them.
Okay. Now, what did you do for any kind of model? Did you
Basically,
create?
ma'am, yes, ma'am. This is the review paper of our project. So
No, but review, how can you create a new model in a review paper? Did you do that?
I have the, I have the, I you want to see the graph.
Okay, please go ahead.
So, ma'am, this is the result we are finding. DDPG improve the reduce allocation, reduce the connections and the output finding the reduction method in the clause. DDPG reduce the energy consumption. That also told you the cost of energy is reduced. DDPG enhance the fault tolerance and the faster recovery of the recovery during simulation. It's effective minimizing downtime during the system is future uh, uh, in future
Your voice is
enhancement
breaking, I
the
think. At least you're not audible to me
I am
clearly.
my network issues.
Sorry, sir, but you're not
Ma'am, can
audible.
I
What?
continue? Now it's clear, so
Yes, sir, it is clear.
yeah. So this is the future enhancement, like DDPG GA hybridized technique to taking interact virtual machine placements with improved challenges and global optimization capabilities. Consider the DDPG PPO hybrids for stable, efficient learning and addressing the rewards decision and hyperparameter challenges in virtual machines. Here we also integrate Fuji logic. This is also the machine learning technique for unsupervised learning and with DDPG for adaptive virtual machine migration. So these all are the references we have taken for our paper, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for that amazing presentation. I would request the session chairs to ask the question if any.
I would request Dr. Anamika to say something on the paper.
I think we can just move to the next presentation.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call our next presenter.
Now I would like to call the next presenter with paper ID 234. Paper ID 234 available. Is paper ID 290 available on the call right now? Paper ID 238. Paper ID 238.
Is there anyone who's ready who would like to present right now?
Yeah, paper ID 295.
295. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. It is.
Shall I start?
Yes, ma'am. You may start.
Okay. Yes, a very good afternoon to everyone. So my research topic is an analytical framework for assessing equity investors' preference in green technology shares. So basically, this is a snapshot or the abstract of my paper. So the research focus is investigating into investors' preference for shares in green technology and then aligning with global emphasis on sustainable development and green technology's role. So the objective of this research paper is to examine influence of personal attitude, subjective norm, and personal perceived behavioral control on trust of investors, and then
how trust is the influence of trust on investors' investment decision with respect to green tech shares. So the focus will be on individual investors' intention to invest in companies that are into green technology. So for this research work, I have conducted I have collected data through a structured questionnaire with Likert scale responses from around 417 respondents in Delhi NCR. And then the data was analyzed with the help of Amos SAM. So coming to the finding, there is a positive relationship confirmed that personal attitude of investors had a positive association with their trust. Similarly, the subjective norms were linked to trust, and then the behavioral control also positively connected to trust. And at last, the trust positively influenced the intention to invest in green technology shares. Uh, in terms of contribution of this paper, paper contributes to SDG 8 for sustainable economic growth. It provides valuable insights for policymakers, businesses, and investors. And then the empirical insights of this research work. Trust, it plays a crucial role in ensuring a sustainable capital market. Then internal factors of investors such as their attitude, norm, and their perceived control positively influence trust. And trust, on the other hand, influences the investors, retail investors, to engage with green initiative companies. The implication, it helps in tailoring communication to align with positive attitude, leveraging social norms for positive investment environment, and then empowering investors through information for perceived control. So basically, this research work is based on the theory of plant behavior that was given by Edgen. The research centers on Edgen's TBT, renowned in behavioral psychology for its application in understanding pro-environmental behavior. The TPB model, it is validated for its robustness, and it says that individuals' attitude, subjective norm, behavioral control can shape the behavioral intention of investors. So in this study, the focus of the motivational factors influencing individuals' trust and inclination to invest in companies leading green initiative. Trust molded by personal attitude, subjective norm, and perceived behavioral control, they plays a central role in the decision making. Then attitude, subjective norm, and perceived behavioral control, they are identified as internal drivers contributing to the establishment of trust. So the four basic hypotheses of this research work is that personal attitude positively influences trust, subjective norm influences trust, perceived behavioral control influences trust, and then ultimately trust influences the intention of investors to invest in companies with green tech initiative. So the research framework synthesizes established theoretical foundations with contemporary insights. It aims to contribute significantly to understanding the dynamics of investment decisions in sustainable businesses, bridging the gap between theory and practical application. So the ultimate goal is to empower stakeholders with actionable knowledge, driving positive change, and informing strategic decision making for a more sustainable and environmentally conscious investment landscape. So this is the our proposed hypothetical framework of our research. So coming to the methodology part, the key constructs of the study, as already mentioned, are attitude, trust, norm, and intention. Uh, uh, Then the data was collected with a structured questionnaire, 5-point Likert scale structured questionnaire. So the questionnaire was so the questionnaire had a few parts. The first part was related to socio-demographic factors, and then there were questions were based on were aimed to capture attitude, norms, and trust. Then the cross-sectional data design, a cross-sectional data collection was implemented from around 417 respondents in Delhi NCR. So random sampling and electronic questionnaire distribution with informed consent were employed for efficient data collection. And then the study used MOS software for structural equation modeling. The study acknowledges limitations wherein our data collection was limited only to Delhi NCR. So a study that can encompass the whole of India may be carried forward. So this is a CFIT result. So every loading factor has been above 0.7 as shown here. Then the Cronbach alpha is also above 0.6 and then again below 0.9. Although perceived behavioral control, it is in a little above 0.9 but less than 0.95. Then ABE scores, they are above 0.5, and then discriminant validity is also validated as the CR score exceeds the ABE for each of our constructs. Again, for the alpha, we have all our scores above 0.7. Then model fitness was tested. The goodness of fit, we have conducted this test where CMIN upon degree of freedom, it was 2.7, GFI was 0.961, RMSE was 0.05.
Sorry for disturbing the middle, ma'am, but we have fixed time. Excuse me, ma'am. Sorry for disturbing you in the middle, but we have fixed time for everyone. You still have 2 minutes.
Okay. So basically, for the hypothesis testing, then we had this. Here we have the path coefficients.
Please move to conclusion, Jimny.
Yes, ma'am. Move to
conclusion.
Okay, ma'am. So the research paper focused on understanding investors' preference for shares in green technology, aligning with global emphasis on sustainable development. It tried to investigate the influence of attitude, norm, and control on investors' intention to invest in companies at the forefront of green technology. So hypothesis 1, it establishes a positive and significant association between attitude and trust. Similarly, hypothesis 2, 3, and 3 substantiates a positive and significant link between subjective norm and trust and between perceived behavioral control and trust. And then hypothesis 4 shows that there is a positive association between trust and the intention to invest in companies with green technology. So the studies underscores the crucial role of trust in ensuring a sustainable capital market, aligning with existing literature and emphasizing the positive influence of trust on investment intention. So moving to the implication of our research is that one major implication of our research is the recognition of the pivotal role that trust plays in shaping investment intentions, particularly in the context of green tech companies. The study highlights that trust is a key factor influencing investors' decision to engage with companies at the forefront of green initiatives. So for businesses, understanding the importance of trust suggests that building and maintaining
Sorry, ma'am, but you're running out of the time. Please bind it up first.
Yeah. So this is basically our the implication of our research. So any question, ma'am?
I would again request the session chairs to ask the question if any.
It was a good paper, Ms. Jimny.
Thank you, ma'am.
The only advice is regarding your presentation.
Okay, ma'am.
Your presentation text was too much
Okay, ma'am.
and less of pictures were there. When you present any kind of work, then try to minimize the text and maximize the pictures. It is easily understandable, but I understand it's difficult in case of research papers presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm sure your paper is, the study is very good. Is it a qualitative paper?
Yes, it's a quantitative paper, ma'am.
Analysis. It is secondary data?
It's primary data.
It's
Data.
primary data.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. That's nice. I would like to congratulate you for this paper.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's very good paper. Dr. Anamika?
Jimny, very good presentation, would say. The paper that you've presented in your slides is apt, but yes, too much of content. I just want to know that what is green technology that you have mentioned in your paper, because you have not explained it anywhere on the slide.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. So basically my focus was on green technology shares. So suppose we can see there are numerous companies now that are into the renewable sectors of renewables energy sectors. For example, the Tata is into it, Adani is into it.
No,
So
that's okay. That's perfectly fine. I know that so many companies are taking green initiatives. I just want to know, what is green technology? What do you mean by the green technology?
ma'am, green technology.
See, I think green technology is one of the highlight of your paper.
Yes, ma'am.
I would suggest that just once go through it, because green technology is all over the place now. It's a buzzword. It's doing the rounds all over the world. So it's better to read about the technology. And you have applied SEM, structural equation modeling. May I know why specifically SEM? Or why do we use SEM?
For this paper, ma'am, actually I had to prove the relationship between the constructs. So for either I have to use MOS based SEM or this.
So that would be my next suggestion. Just go through structural equation modeling. Why do we use it? Okay, what is the relevance of SEM? What does it yield for our paper? Okay, all the best here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that amazing presentation. I would like to call our next presenter.
Excuse me, ma'am. I don't think any other participants are available in this meeting right now. Okay. I would like to make an announcement. Are the paper ID 234 available in the meeting? Paper number 290 available in the meeting? Paper number 238 is available in the meeting right now? Paper number 243. Paper number 243. Paper number 280. And paper number 272. Are they available in the meeting right now?
I don't think so there's anyone. So I would request the session chairs to please wait for some time as soon as we are getting any further update. because there are so many people are there in the list. We'll let you know as soon as possible.
Jimny, you are unmuted, dear. You can mute or else you can leave the session.
Yes, ma'am. Sure, sure.
Good afternoon.
Would you like to present? Mr. Tejas? Am I audible to you?
Which is your paper ID, Tejas? I hope we all are audible to you. Tejas?
Hello.
Am I audible to you, Mr. Tejas?
Yes, yes.
What's your
Actually,
paper
my
ID?
247 ID was remaining. 230. Let me see.
238.
Yeah, 238. Actually, the time slot was given 5:15, so I was not aware of.
Okay, you may proceed.
Can I present now?
Yeah, you.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Yes. So good afternoon, everyone. So my paper title is Technical Performance Enhancement of Flexural Strength of RCC Beams with Partial Replacement of Cement using Multi-Class Programming. And my paper ID is 238. So let us start with the introduction. So current methods of civil engineering would be less effective at protecting the built environment without reinforcement concrete, that is RC structures, since these buildings are vital to preservation of the built environment. When building using reinforced concrete, the most essential component is cement. Cement is what binds together all the different types of aggregates and reinforcements to create a composite that is long lasting and robust. The kind of cement that is used has a significant impact on the tensile strength of reinforcement concrete buildings as well as the lifetime of these structures. On the other hand, in order to manufacture regular cement, a considerable amount of both energy and material is required. So this is the flexural strength concrete diagram. So in the first diagram, you can see that the third point loading, half the load is applied at both the end. And in the second diagram, you can see the load is applied only at the center of the concrete. So the need for the flexural strength enhancement. So let us see why we need the flexural strength enhancement. So the flexural strength of RC beams is of paramount importance as it determines their ability to withstand bending forces, making it a critical parameter in the design and construction of infrastructure. Achieving higher flexural strength not only ensures the safety and durability of structures, but also allows for the use of leaner and more suitable designs. Reducing cement content in RC structures is a vital step towards sustainability, as it curtails carbon emissions, conserves resources, and lowers construction costs. However, it possesses the challenges of maintaining or enhancing the materials' mechanical properties. This is where multi-class programming can prove to be an innovative and effective solutions. So the promise of multi-class programming. So why we are using multi-class programming is that multi-class programming, a computational technique, has the potential to optimize the use of alternative materials in RC structures, thereby improving their flexural strengths. This method involves the judicious selections and bendings of supplementary cementitious materials, that is SCMs, like fly ash, slag, and silica fume, along with cement to create an optimal mix. So now let us see the flexural behavior performance of reinforced concrete. The degree to which components made of reinforced concrete, such as beams and slabs, are able to withstand bending loads is determined by the complex connection that exists between the comprehensive strength of the concrete and the tensile capacity of the steel reinforcement. This kind of connection is often referred to as tensile capacity of the steel reinforcement to comprehensive strength ratio. So when in bend position, comprehensive loads are exerted on the concrete at the compression phase, but tensile pressures are stopped at the tension phase by the enforcing. So this is the graph which shows the tensile strength and the stress applied on the concrete. This is a cross-section loading configuration and instrumentation plan. So these are some steps used in the data collection, correlation and relationship, multi-class programming optimization. These are the values. So finally, we can conclude our project, that is.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Go to the last sheet. Yeah, last slide. What is this? Can you explain it? What kind of data is this?
Yes, ma'am. In every concrete mix, we are using this kind of materials like cement, fly ash, fine aggregate, copper slag, coarse aggregate, and water. So these are the amount by which we are using these materials inside that concrete mix.
So can you explain what is this? What is the significance of all these things?
Ma'am, in what ratio we are mixing, this defines the tensile strength of the concrete. And so in first row, we can see that cement is 300 kg per meter cube, fly ash is 78, fine aggregate we are not mixing, copper slag is 943 kg per meter cube. So in this way, we are altering the combinations and checking the tensile strength of the cement concrete.
We are changing only first 4 features of the mixture.
Yes, ma'am.
Rest of the 2 are constant.
Yes, ma'am. Coarse aggregate and water are the more important constituents of the mixture, so that are not changed because that is by default fixed in that amount.
So this is the data. This is a result. What is the significance of this data?
Ma'am, this data we are comparing with each other, ma'am, to check the tensile strength.
So what is the result then? You are comparing. So what is the interpretation?
Yes, ma'am. And so the research on multi-class programming as a partial cement substitute reveals good result in terms of cost and environmental impact reduction as
You're
well
not
as
giving
performance.
answer to my question, Mr. Tejas.
Yes, ma'am.
You gave 4 or 5 different plans for mixing the mixture, right? And I'm
Yes, ma'am.
asking which is the what is the comparative analysis? Because you wanted to compare all these plans, which I understood from your presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the plan, right?
Yes, ma'am. We are comparing all the mixtures with each other.
Some result should be displayed in front, instead of this conclusion.
Yes, ma'am. That is I think missing in the presentation.
You may go ahead, but my question is still unanswered. Yeah. You can go ahead with conclusion, whatever you have. Tejas, you are mute.
Hello, ma'am.
We were not able to listen anything from conclusion. You can repeat it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So variety of strategies such as carbon fiber reinforcement plastic, processed steel slag, sand, steel fiber concrete, and recycled materials are investigated as enhancing flexural strength. So the findings of the study highlight the potential of ultra high performance
That's it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for that amazing presentation. I would request the session chairs to ask the question if any.
Tejas, it's a technical paper, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have mentioned multi-class programming. Can you just explain what it is?
Ma'am, as we are comparing with different mixtures uh, by using different amount of mixtures in different ways. So we are comparing all these mixtures with each other and checking the flexural strength of each other. So for that, we are using multi-class programming.
What is multi-class programming?
Multi-class programming is that we are classifying the objects means data into the multi-classes. Like we have multiple classes to means classify the objects. Objects means data points. So we are classifying the objects data points into the tensile strength to find the strength of the flexural strength.
So where are the multiple classes?
And classes are
Yeah, show in your presentation. Show the slide where you have shown the multiple classes.
I have not shown it over here.
आपने जरूरी नहीं समझा इसको?
That was important part of the paper, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just go to the 10th slide?
Yes, ma'am.
So mix identification that you've mentioned, Fa20CS. So these are the mixtures that you're referring to.
Yes, ma'am. And we are comparing them with each other to find the best suitable flexural strength material.
So which one is best amongst these?
And that result analysis is missing in that.
That's pending?
Yeah.
You will present it as part 2 in next paper, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Just a minute. Tejas,
Yes, ma'am.
my humble advice is, first you need to complete your research study. Then you should present in this kind of platform, which is known as international conference.
Yes, ma'am,
right?
sure.
This is not a criticism. This is just a humble advice to you.
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
Without any finding, without any result, how can you say that your research is complete? And how can you present the paper? What kind of presentation you are giving? This can be anybody can find these type of information from Google nowadays. Research analysis is unique. Some new innovation is always there in research work. So that's why international conferences are organized so that your work can be beneficial for other researchers. But if you're not able to give, there is no use of work, research work. I hope you are understanding what I am trying to say.
Yes, ma'am, definitely.
So please take care in future. Complete
Yes,
your
ma'am.
research work and then present.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to call our next presenter.
I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 272 with a uh, paper title real-time monitoring of glacial changes using artificial intelligence. Paper ID 272. Are you available in the meeting right now?
Good evening, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you may present.
1 minute, sir.
May begin the presentation.
Yes, sir. So, good evening, sir. I am Babu from SRM University, Chennai. So, my topic is real-time monitoring of glacial changes using artificial intelligence. So, the abstract about this researchers, the fast changes of the climate is bringing about in the glacial environments. In the real-time monitoring is essential to comprehend and reducing its consequences. In order to observe the glacial changes in real time, the research study provides a novel method that makes use of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Also, it includes the Internet of Things, IoT. Uh, in introduction, the glaciers are critical components of Earth's cyrosphere and have been profoundly affected by the climatic change. The accelerated rate of glacial retreat, changes in ice thickness, and the impact of global water resources
You
have.
may switch. You may go ahead. Skip this slide, please.
Yes, ma'am. Shall I proceed, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. In background and motivation, the 21st century has witnessed an alarming surge in global temperatures, primarily attributed to anthropogenic activities like the temperature rises. When the temperature rises, the consequences of Earth's glacier are increasingly evident. One. And glaciers are not only indicators of climatic change, but also critical reservoirs of fresh water, making them an integral part of the Earth's hydrological cycle. Next, the scope of glacial changes. As a part of our job, we constantly monitor the glaciers and examine them when uh, they are changing. Uh, so to monitor them, we are using an artificial intelligence and machine learning system to monitor them and to understand the behavior of the glaciers. Importance of real-time monitoring. Importance of real-time monitoring. We are keeping an eye on the glaciers.
Can we move to literature review slide, please?
1 minute.
I think there is no literature review slide. Don't
No,
worry.
I didn't prepare
Start with
it.
methodology and objectives.
Yes, ma'am. In methodology, our approach is in detail about the AI framework, ma'am. Here we are first we are gathering the data sources. These data sources are from bedrock of glacier monitoring, and this research uses a variety of data sources such as environmental data gathered from the Internet of Things, IoT devices, satellites, photography, and other sensors located around the Earth, ma'am.
What are Internet of Things devices? From where you collected data?
Like from the data available from Google, something like that, ma'am.
Go ahead.
AI and machine learning models. Here we can use variety of methods like recurrent neural networks and conventional neural networks and deep learning methods, ma'am, to analyze this real-time data. Integration of IoT and remote sensing. Our ability to get the data is expanded and depended by the combination of IoT and remote sensing, ma'am. And UAVs and robotics in glacial monitoring is very much important to understand the gap between other ground levels by sensing with the sensors. So in resultant findings, we explore the identification of glacial motion and the examination of variations in ice thickness and forecasting the meltwater trends. All these aspects of these discoveries lead
Sorry
to.
to interrupt, Mr. Babu.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
You have spoken about data. You have collected data from multiple sources, IoT and so many things you have mentioned, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is the data analysis before result and finding? You must have done it, I'm sure.
Yes, but
So when there is no data, what kind of findings we can have? I hope my question is genuine.
yes, ma'am. I didn't attach the data.
Mr. Babu, I think you are presenting it on someone else's behalf, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you aware about the topic? You have used the term cryosphere in the first slide itself, I guess. What does
Sorry,
that mean? Cryosphere.
in the first slide, ma'am.
Yes. Earth, second slide, sorry. Yeah. Earth's cryosphere. What does that mean? What's cryosphere?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Am I audible?
Hello. Hello.
Mr. Babu K, am I audible to you?
Ma'am, can you hear me?
I can hear you, but can you?
I
One
think
minute.
there is some
1 minute.
problem in his internet.
Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Can you hear us now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What's Earth's cryosphere?
Cryosphere, it's a portion of the Earth's surface, like where the water exists, ma'am.
It's a frozen part of the Earth.
Yes.
The glaciers that you're
The
talking
water,
about.
the water exists as a solid state.
Yes.
Yes.
Now you are to the point.
Yes. Yes.
So you have actually used so many technologies like AI also and IoT also. Can you
Yes.
give any one example of IoT device that we use? Am I audible, Mr. Babu?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So any one example,
Thermostat, ma'am.
Sorry?
Thermostat.
Thermostat.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think you don't wear smartwatch. Do you?
Yes, ma'am. I will.
So that's also an example of IoT only.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So you could have mentioned that, but nonetheless, you have mentioned at least one other technology. So I think I don't have anything else to ask, but okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Thank you.
I would like to call the next presenter with paper ID 234. Is he available in the meeting right now? Paper ID 234. Paper ID 290. Does anybody want to present their paper right now?
Hello, sir. Paper ID 243.
Mr. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Mr.
Paper ID
Pratmesh,
244.
would you like to present?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, then
Yes, sir.
proceed.
So is my screen visible?
Yes, you
sir,
are
your
visible,
screen is
you are
visible.
audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So my paper ID is 243. Project title is Intelligent System for testing a composed of multiple organic matter using different model. So in introduction, composting technology has been widely used for processing of source separated human faces. To be effective, composting required well balanced conditions of moisture and aeration. In composting, pathogens are killed, are a result of elevated temperatures and also competition with other favored thermophilic microbes. Several studies on composting of source separated faces have shown that a sufficiently high temperature for pathogen destruction is difficult to achieve, as temperature normally increased by 10 to 15 degrees Celsius above the ambient temperature. Organic matter in environment and industrial context encompasses a wide spectrum of materials, from natural organic substances like humic acids, synthetic organic pollutants. Accurate quantification and characterization of these diverse organic constituents are essential for accessing pollution levels, optimizing wastewater treatment processes, and ensuring the quality of various products in industries such as pharmaceuticals, petrochemicals, and food production. So we have conducted some literature reviews. The analysis of multiple organic matter in environmental and industrial context is a complex and critical task. Over these years, researchers and scientists have explored various methods and technologies to address the challenges associated with testing and quantifying diverse organic compounds. This literature review provides an overview of the existing research and developments related to organic
Sorry,
matter.
sir, but you are on the same slide.
So is it visible now?
Yes, sir, it is.
Also, this literature review provides an overview of the existing research and developments related to organic matter analysis and sets the stage for proposed intelligent system that employs different models of comprehensive testing. So the problem statement is the analysis and qualification of multiple organic matter in environmental, industrial, and research context have become increasingly crucial for for many reasons, including ensuring water quality, monitoring pollution levels, and optimizing industrial processes. Organic matter encompasses a vast array of carbon-based compounds, ranging from natural organic materials like humic acid to synthetic organic pollutants. The complexity and diversity of these organic constituents pose significant challenges for accurate and comprehensive testing. The conventional method often falls short in providing complete understanding of multi-type organic matter due to their limitation in scope, also in accuracy. The existing problems in organic matter analysis can be summarized in just limited scope, inefficiency, and also lack of differentiation in the multiple microorganic matter. So the objective of system is to reduce the time of composing to find different parameter range of composed of multi-type organic matter. These objectives collectively aim to create an intelligent system that revolutionize and analyze the multi-type organic matter, providing valuable insights for environmental monitoring, industrial processes, and scientific research, while meeting the diverse needs of user across different sectors. Scope study of this project, the scope study of intelligent system for testing multiple organic matter using different models is broad and can be encompasses a wide range of applicants in environmental monitoring, industrial processing, research, and regulatory compliances. Here is an overview of scope in such system. So environmental monitoring, industrial applications, research and specific investigations, regulatory compliances, and also we have real-time monitoring. So, in conclusion, I will say that the project intelligent system for testing multi-type organic matter represents the extensive research, development, and practical applications in field of organic matter analysis. The development and evaluation of our intelligent system for testing multi-type organic matter using various models have provided valuable insights and contributions to field of analytical chemistry and environmental science through extensive experimentation and analysis. So these are our references. Uh, Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. That was an amazing presentation. I would again request the session chair to ask the question if any.
Can you please go back to the objective slide if it is there?
Which slide, ma'am?
Objectives of the study.
Yeah.
Comprehensive organic matter analysis. This is your objective.
Yeah.
This should be methodology. Don't you think? To reduce the time of composting and find the different parameter range of composed of multi. Actually, this is very small in my laptop. I'm not able to read it properly. Yeah, now it is okay. I think comprehensive organic matter analysis colon can never be an objective. And if it is an objective, what is the methodology you used? Can we go switch to methodology slide?
Ma'am, I don't have methodology slide in this presentation.
This is okay. In a gist, can you just explain what was the objective of the study and what did you do uh, to gain that those objectives?
Ma'am, we are using different organic materials and analyzing them and analyzing their efficiency.
Okay, and how did you do?
By using different parameters and temperature.
What are those parameters?
humidity, and time of the decay, like that.
What are the variables with the help of which you find out what should be the right parameters or features, whatever you call? The model which you have created
Yeah.
speaks what? Can you explain this model which you have created in this slide?
So, ma'am, we can use these different types of materials for our compost making.
Right, composting. So what is the input variable? What is the input and what kind of output you will get? Output is composting,
Yeah.
compost you will get. And what is the material which you will be used for as an input for composting? I'm
Waste.
not able to see this written. That's why I'm asking again and again.
And we are using waste materials, leaves, grass, also the wet waste, we have food waste, etc.
So if we mix all these things, we after some time we will get compost, right?
Yeah.
So what is the new thing in this? Is there any innovation?
Yeah, ma'am, we are creating like environment where we are maintaining the temperature for good efficiency. We are reducing the time of composting.
And what did you do for that?
Uh,
Like suppose if for 1 month, if we mix all these ingredients and keep it in a shed, then after 1 month we will get compost, right?
yeah,
If we want compost to be made within 15 days, what is your methodology? I'm asking this.
we are making an enclosed structure in which heat will be increased. That is one parameter which is going to reduce the time.
What is that infrastructure? Are you showing it in your slide?
No, ma'am, we don't have that in our slide.
So this is just an idea, right?
Yeah.
You have not tested it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is called, if this is idea, only idea, it can never be a research work. It can be something else. It is
Ma'am,
a
it is a
new
survey
idea.
paper.
Sorry?
Ma'am, it's a survey paper.
No. It's any kind of research work. Paper means research work. Any kind of uh, research work has to have some kind of result, finding, new thing.
Hmm.
Then only we will call it a research. And the finding should be something new. Are you getting my point?
Yeah, ma'am. Absolutely.
If you have some idea, then you will have to first implement it. You will have to test it based on some parameters. You will have to analyze it, and then you will have to come to some conclusion. The kind of research study you are showing, it is very good, very useful. But if you really want to do this kind of research project, which is very good idea, it will take time, at least 1 year time. Because when you will create compost, if you're trying to do to create compost in lesser time, you have to show it in your work. It will naturally, and it is related to nature, it will take longer time to take its result,
Yes,
like in
ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
medicine research, right? So
Yes.
I would suggest you to continue with this work, but complete it. Only idea can never be a research work till the time you don't have specific results or findings. That's
Yes, ma'am.
my humble submission for your work. The idea is very good, very useful for the society.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is what I would like to. suggest you. Dr. Anamika, you.
Okay, Prathamesh.
Yes, ma'am.
So your title says that I think it says intelligent system for testing the compost of multi-type organic matter using different type models. Right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So have you mentioned any one model in this paper? Have you mentioned any one model in this paper especially?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, that's point one. So I would suggest that, see, this is not something new that is happening. People are working on it because it has to be done so that it creates less mess in the environment. So people are working on it already. So you
Yes.
can just search for papers relevant to this and you can go for a comparative analysis.
Okay.
Okay, and then on the basis of that, you can come up with your own differentiating model for the compost that you're talking about, right? That is my suggestion for your paper because it is halfway. Nothing has been done in this paper till now. So I would suggest that you go for a comparative analysis. You will find n number of papers on it.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I think many companies are already working on it. Many small ventures are coming up with these technologies for compost making, which are which are sustainable,
Yes.
right? So just go through it once, and then you can, I think, come up with something solid,
Yes.
which will be beneficial for all of us. So all the
Yes.
best.
Yes, ma'am. I'll definitely work on it, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Now I would like to call our next presenter. So is there anyone in the meeting who's ready with the presentation and would like to present right now? So there's no one.
There are right now 3 presenters left from our track.
So as I'm not getting any further updates, so we are winding up this session. So before winding up this session, I would like to thank our all session chairs, Dr. Vinita Sharma ma'am and Dr. Anamika Singh ma'am for their wisdom and kind presence. Also, I would like to thank everyone for joining the session and patiently cooperating for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, all of you.
Thank you,
ma'am.
Now
I
everyone
would
can name.
request IT to close the session now. Thank you, IT support. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.